When a man is truly falling for you, one of the first and most revealing signs is where his attention goes. And this is crucial to understand because attention is more than just noticing. It's a kind of investment. Think about it. We all have a finite amount of mental energy, a limited capacity for focus. We can't spread it everywhere equally. So, when a man's attention consistently finds its way to you, it's no accident. It's a signal that he's prioritizing you, even subconsciously. Attraction doesn't just live in words or gestures, it lives in awareness. You'll notice it in subtle ways. He remembers things you've mentioned in passing, the little details most people would forget. Maybe it's the way you like your coffee, the song you mentioned in conversation, or a story you shared about your childhood. These aren't trivial notes. They are breadcrumbs showing that he values not just you, but the essence of you. He's paying attention to the patterns that make you you, and the more he listens, the more he learns, the more he invests emotionally without even realizing it. There's a philosophical layer here as well. Attention is a form of recognition. By focusing on you, he is saying without words, "You matter to me. You are worthy of my awareness." And this is powerful because recognition is a fundamental human need. To be seen, really seen, is one of the deepest forms of connection. When he notices what others overlook, he's not just observing, he's honoring your presence in his life. This kind of attention also changes the way he behaves around you. He doesn't just notice you. He reacts to you in ways that reflect his emotional engagement. He tunes into your mood and adjusts his energy accordingly. If you're happy, he mirrors that joy. If you're troubled, he softens, becomes more present, more supportive. And often, this happens unconsciously. He isn't calculating it. He's responding because his feelings for you guide his focus. And here's the subtle truth. A man who is indifferent or unsure rarely invests attention this way. His gaze wanders, his mind drifts. He doesn't remember small details because they don't register as important. Attention is selective. It tells you where the heart is leaning, sometimes even before words or actions make it explicit. So, when you notice a man consistently paying attention, noticing the unspoken, and engaging with the nuances of your world, recognize it for what it is, a signal of deepening emotional investment. This isn't superficial charm or a fleeting attraction. It's a quiet, persistent way of saying, without saying, that you are central to his focus and interest. And the lesson for you is this: learn to trust the signals of attention. Words can be rehearsed. Gestures can be faked, but attention, real intentional attention, is the first whisper of genuine affection. When you see it, honor it, and let it guide your understanding of his feelings. Because the moment a man's attention truly chooses you, everything else, effort, vulnerability, care naturally follows. Pay attention to attention itself. It's the earliest and most reliable sign that he's falling for you. When a man is genuinely falling for you, one of the clearest indicators isn't what he says, it's how consistently he shows up. And by shows up, I don't just mean in grand, cinematic gestures or big declarations of affection. I mean in the steady, reliable way he makes you part of his life. Consistency is one of those underrated signs of true emotional investment, because anyone can be charming for a moment, but only someone who truly cares will put in effort day after day, without needing applause or recognition. Think about the difference between a man who messages you sporadically, sometimes showing excitement, sometimes disappearing for days, versus a man whose communication feels steady, reliable, intentional. One is driven by convenience or impulse, the other is guided by emotional investment. Consistency is a reflection of priority. When someone is falling for you, he doesn't leave you guessing. He initiates contact. He remembers plans. He follows through even when life is busy or stressful. That follow-through isn't obligation, it's desire made visible. There's a fascinating psychological layer here. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. Our brains instinctively assess reliability because survival and social bonding depend on predictability. When a man's attention and effort are consistent, it signals that he is emotionally anchored. He is building a pattern of care, demonstrating that his feelings are more than temporary excitement. They are deliberate, repeated choices. Every time he shows up, it reinforces that he values the connection, and that value is what transforms casual attraction into emotional investment. Consistency also manifests in subtle, everyday actions. It's in the small moment, checking in to see how your day went, remembering something important you mentioned last week, following up on plans you made together. These gestures might seem minor on the surface, but they carry weight because they require awareness and intention. A man who is falling for you doesn't rely on grand gestures to communicate his feelings. He communicates through reliability, through the small but meaningful ways he integrates you into his world. Philosophically, consistency is a language of its own. It says, I am here, I matter to you, and I am willing to maintain this presence over time. Unlike words which can be rehearsed or forgotten, consistent behavior reveals genuine emotional patterns. It's a signal that is difficult to fake because maintaining intentional effort requires ongoing awareness. This is why consistency is often more powerful than declarations of love. It shows commitment in real time. And this is the crucial point. When you see a man consistently showing up, it's not just about him liking you. It's about him caring enough to invest energy in sustaining the connection. He is choosing you repeatedly, even in moments when it would be easier not to. That choice, repeated over time, is a profound expression of attraction and emerging love. So, learn to recognize consistency as a sign of genuine interest. Look beyond words and fleeting charm. Observe how he invests time, attention, and effort in ways that feel natural, steady, and dependable. Because when a man is falling for you, consistency is his silent declaration. It's his way of saying, without needing to speak, I am here, I want you in my life. And I will show it day after day. One of the most profound signs that a man is falling for you is the way he begins to show you his true self, the side of him that most people never get to see. And this isn't about dramatic confessions or exaggerated displays of emotion. It's about small, authentic moments where he lets his guard down, where the carefully constructed walls of confidence, humor, and composure begin to soften. Vulnerability, in this context, is not a weakness. It is one of the clearest markers of emotional investment. When a man starts to reveal the parts of himself he usually keeps hidden, his fears, his uncertainties, his hopes for the future, that is a signal that he trusts you. Trust is the foundation of emotional intimacy, and it's not given lightly. Men are conditioned to protect their inner world, to maintain control over how much of themselves is visible. So when he chooses to share these personal truths, it is a deliberate act of connection. He is essentially saying, I want you to see me as I really am, not just the version I show the world. You'll notice it in moments that seem small, but are psychologically significant. Perhaps he tells you about a challenge he's struggling with at work, or he admits to a fear he rarely talks about. Maybe he shares a dream or a past disappointment that shaped him. These moments of openness may seem ordinary, but they are windows into his emotional reality. They reveal how much he values your presence and how willing he is to integrate you into the more private corners of his life. There's a philosophical depth to this behavior. Vulnerability is the bridge between two inner worlds. It transforms superficial attraction into a deeper connection because it allows intimacy to grow. You can't truly know someone until they feel safe enough to show you their imperfections, their doubts, their authentic self. When a man begins to do this, he isn't just falling for you in a casual sense. He is beginning to let his life intersect with yours emotionally. You may also notice that his humor, confidence, or composure softens around you. He may laugh more freely, express curiosity about your thoughts and feelings, or even admit when he doesn't know something. These behaviors are not random. They are part of a broader pattern of revealing his inner world in ways that invite reciprocity. He is signaling that your opinion, your presence, and your understanding matter to him, and this is crucial. Vulnerability cannot be faked convincingly over time. While words can be rehearsed and charm can be performed, consistent self-revelation is difficult to simulate because it requires ongoing emotional risk. A man who is consistently open, even in small ways, is giving you a window into his genuine emotional landscape. So when you notice these subtle disclosures, pay attention. They are the markers of real attraction, not just surface-level interest. Recognize the courage it takes for him to let you see the man behind the facade, and understand that this is one of the most profound ways he demonstrates his feelings. When a man begins to share his authentic self, it is a silent yet powerful declaration. Asterisk, I trust you, I value you, and I want you to know the real me. Asterisk, vulnerability is the heartbeat of genuine connection, and it is one of the clearest signs he is truly falling for you. One of the most telling signs that a man is falling for you is the way he consistently finds reasons to be near you. And I want to stress this. It's rarely about grand gestures or forced encounters. More often, it's in the subtle, almost instinctive ways he creates proximity. Attraction doesn't just influence thoughts or words, it shapes behavior. When a man is genuinely drawn to someone, his actions begin to revolve, often unconsciously, around being present in her world. You'll notice it in small, everyday moments. Maybe he times his breaks to overlap with yours, or he casually joins the group you're part of even when he didn't need to. Perhaps he finds reasons to start conversations, ask questions, or share something that will engage you. These behaviors might seem coincidental on the surface, but they are anything but random. They are micro strategies of attention, a reflection of desire expressed in action rather than words. Psychologically, this is fascinating because it taps into human instinct. We are wired to gravitate toward what we value. Presence is one of the strongest signals of attachment. A man doesn't just want to be around someone he likes. He actively adjusts his movements, choices, and priorities to make it happen. Even small decisions like attending the same event or positioning himself nearby in a social setting carry immense weight. These are not manipulative tricks, they are subconscious manifestations of his emotional investment. You may also notice that he extends encounters whenever he can. He lingers in conversation, finds follow-up questions, or creates shared experiences that prolong the interaction. He isn't doing this consciously to impress. He does it because every moment with you feels valuable. In a sense, he is building momentum toward connection, allowing intimacy to develop naturally through repeated presence. There's a philosophical depth here as well. Proximity is a kind of unspoken language. It communicates interest without requiring a single word. When he makes the effort to be near you, he's saying, Asterisk, I value this connection and I want to participate in your life. Asterisk, it's a quiet but powerful demonstration of his feelings. And it's worth noting that this kind of behavior is difficult to fake over time. Casual charm can be superficial, but sustained effort to be near someone signals authenticity. It's also important to recognize that this isn't about control or pressure, it's about choice. He isn't demanding your attention. He's creating opportunities for interaction because your presence matters to him. That's the distinction between superficial attraction and genuine emotional investment. The first seeks attention, the second seeks connection. So when you observe a man intentionally positioning himself around you, engaging in conversation, or creating shared experiences, pay attention. These behaviors are more than coincidence. They are indicators of emotional investment, subtle but undeniable. Because when a man is falling for you, he doesn't wait for the perfect moment to be present. He creates the moment over and over, quietly demonstrating that you occupy a central place in his attention and in his world. Presence, more than words, reveals the heart. One of the most revealing signs that a man is falling for you is the way his actions begin to reflect thoughtfulness and consideration for your world. And here's the truth. Words can be fleeting, they can be rehearsed, but actions, especially consistent, small, meaningful actions, carry a weight that is impossible to ignore. When a man truly cares, he doesn't just speak about interest. He demonstrates it by showing up in ways that make your life better, easier, or more joyful. Thoughtfulness becomes a silent language of love, and learning to read it can transform the way you understand his feelings. Notice how he remembers things that are important to you, not because he has to, but because he chooses to. Perhaps it's your favorite coffee order, the song you mentioned in passing, or an important meeting you were nervous about. These are small gestures, but they reveal that he's paying attention and integrating your life into his thoughts. Thoughtfulness is a reflection of empathy, and empathy is the cornerstone of emotional connection. A man who goes out of his way to notice these details is showing that you matter to him in a very tangible way. Beyond remembering details, thoughtfulness often shows up in how he responds to your needs and moods. If you're having a tough day, he checks in. If you've mentioned a personal goal or challenge, he encourages you, offers support, or helps in ways that feel natural. These are the subtle signs of someone who is emotionally invested, someone whose attention to your life is not superficial, but intentional. When a man is falling for you, your happiness becomes important to him, not as a duty, but as a priority. There's a deeper psychological layer to this as well. Actions rooted in consideration are difficult to fake consistently. Charm can be rehearsed, flirtation can be superficial, but sustained effort that enhances your life demonstrates authenticity. Thoughtfulness is an outward reflection of internalized care. It's the translation of emotional investment into tangible experience. The man who is falling for you doesn't just admire you from a distance. He actively participates in your world in ways that show you are valued. Philosophically, thoughtfulness is a bridge between two worlds. It communicates attention, respect, and affection without needing to say, "I like you," or "I care." By making small, meaningful choices that improve your experience, he is silently expressing, "I am invested in you, I notice you, and your life matters to me." This is a subtle but profound signal of attraction that often speaks louder than declarations of love. The beauty of recognizing thoughtfulness is that it shifts your focus from words to evidence. When you observe a man consistently acting in ways that support, remember, and respect your world, you are witnessing genuine interest in motion. These behaviors are conscious and unconscious signals that reveal his heart before he may even realize it himself. So, pay attention to the ways he acts, not just what he says. Notice the little things that require effort, awareness, and empathy. Because thoughtfulness is not a fleeting act, it's a pattern, and patterns reveal truth. When a man's actions consistently reflect care for your life, you can be confident in what his heart is quietly declaring. Asterisk, I am falling for you, and I show it in the way I choose to be present in your world. Asterisk, one of the most subtle yet telling signs that a man is falling for you is the way he reacts to others around you, particularly in social settings. And I want to be clear, this isn't about jealousy in a controlling sense. It's about emotional investment, the quiet ways his feelings reveal themselves when someone else is part of your world. When a man truly cares, he notices not only you, but the environment around you, your interactions, the people who approach you, and the dynamics that could influence your attention. These reactions, often unconscious, are windows into his heart, showing interest in ways words cannot. You may notice it in very small behaviors. Perhaps his attention subtly shifts when another man speaks to you, or he becomes slightly more present, more engaged, more intentional in his energy. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Often the most meaningful signals are the micro moments, a glance that lingers a little longer, a quiet shift in posture, or an instinctive effort to insert himself into the conversation. These are the ways the brain and heart communicate concern and care, long before a man verbalizes his feelings. Attraction is wired into our very instincts, and emotional vigilance often manifests in subtle, respectful ways. Psychologically, this behavior reflects a kind of protective awareness. Humans are wired to monitor what they value. When someone is emotionally invested, the mind automatically becomes attuned to factors that could threaten that connection. This is not about control or manipulation, it's about recognizing worth. When a man notices others interacting with you, it signals that he values his place in your life and is sensitive to the nuances of the relationships around you. This sensitivity is a hallmark of deepening attraction. Another layer of this is that these subtle reactions are often paired with care and attentiveness. He may not voice his feelings directly, but he increases his presence in small ways, offering support, humor, or guidance in conversation, or finding ways to naturally be part of moments that include you. It's an indirect way of showing that your attention matters to him and that he is willing to invest energy to maintain a connection. This is what distinguishes fleeting interest from genuine emotional investment, the quiet alignment of behavior to the emotional reality of his feelings. Philosophically, there's something beautiful about this. True attraction does not demand, it observes, it protects, it adjusts. It's a reflection of care, expressed without needing to dominate or control. When a man reacts subtly to others around you, he is demonstrating a kind of emotional intelligence, the ability to value a relationship while respecting boundaries. It is a sign that he is not only attracted, but emotionally attuned. So, when you notice these nuanced behaviors, attentiveness in your interactions with others, a quiet presence that shifts depending on social dynamics, pay attention. These small signals reveal an investment that is often more telling than words or overt gestures. Because when a man is truly falling for you, his heart shows itself in the details, in the awareness, in the subtle care that can't be hidden. And these are the moments that speak volumes. Asterisk, I notice you, I value you, and I am emotionally present in ways that go beyond words. Asterisk, this awareness, when recognized, is a powerful reflection of authentic connection and genuine attraction.